Hi friends, welcome to Sri Sai IT Hub. In this video of Core Java Programming, we are going to discuss the following topic: default methods versus static methods in Java interfaces of Java programming. So first of all, default methods and static methods in Java interfaces. So both the concepts were introduced in Java JDK 1.8 or Java 8 version. So what is the use of this default methods and static methods? So using this feature, we can have default methods and static methods inside an interface. So basically, interface contains all methods as abstract methods. Interface objects cannot be created, and interfaces are mainly used with subclasses, and in the subclass we redefine all the abstract methods. Subclass becomes complete class, and then we can create the object of subclass. So coming to default methods and static methods, they are not incomplete methods, which means that they are non-abstract methods. They have body or definition. For example, public static void m1 method with body, default void m2 with body. So static keyword is used here for static methods, and for default methods in interface we have to use default keyword. So here default keyword means it is not the access modifier default like public, private, protected, but it is a default implementation method, means method having its default body. So what is the difference between static method and default method in interface with body? So basically static methods cannot be overridden in subclass of interface, whereas default methods can be overridden in the subclass of the interface. And coming to the advantages, so both methods enables us to write new functionality to the existing interfaces which are used in our project or library. So which means that it ensures backward compatibility. So backward compatibility with existing code with older versions of interfaces which are used in our project. So without breaking existing code, we can add new functionality to the existing interfaces. So existing interfaces and its implementation classes will work properly without any errors by adding static methods and default methods from Java 8 version. So now let us coming to the syntax of using default methods and static methods at a time in an interface. So we'll take an interface A. Under this, static method m1 and a default method m2, and we can have any number of abstract methods. So how to call this static method or use this static method outside the class? So using interface name or class name followed by static method, and then default method is accessed through subclass object dot followed by default method name, right? So now here we should use, okay, whenever we are accessing any default method also, we are supposed to use the class name also here, a dot, okay. So this is not required, a dot, okay. We'll see this directly in the program. So save this, right? So now let us try to demonstrate this Java interface default static methods example1.java. So take a new page. So first we'll write the comments program to demo default as well as static methods. So default methods and static methods in a interface. So take interface A. We are taking a static method with the body and printing the message Java interface with static method M1. So default method M2, which is tagged with default keyword. So Java interface with the default method M2. So now let us take the main class with main method. So our main class is Java interface default static methods example 1 implements A. Now when we try to redefine M1 method in the subclass, so it will become the own method of subclass but not the static method, overridden static method of interface A. Similarly, we can redefine the default method but not static method. So when we redefine, we'll get a new functionality when compared to the interface base class or base interface A. So default method M2 redefined in subclass, and we can also use the interface A or base class M2 method default method using interface name followed by super keyword dot M2 method. So it will call the interface A or base interface M2 method from subclass. Right. So let us take a main class with the main method. So create an object of your class obj and then obj.m2. Right. So let us execute till here. So when we call m2 method, it goes to its own redefined m2 method, prints this message, and also calls the m2 method from the base class. So save this and then come to the command prompt. So compile the program Java C Java interface default static methods example 1.java. So compile this and then run it. So default method M2 redefined in the subclass, and it is calling the base interface method Java interface with default method M2. Right. So redefining is possible with default method, but it is not possible with static method of the interface. Right. If you see here, we can call the static method of the interface directly with interface name followed by M1 method. So save this, recompile and run. So Java interface with static method M1. So it has called M1 method from the interface A. Right now, if you want to call your own M1 method, okay, which is redefined in the subclass, you have to use the object. So object.m1, it is the own method of the subclass, which is a non-static method. Okay, it is non-static because static methods cannot be overridden in Java programming classes. So save this, recompile and run. So finally M1 method is own method of subclass but not overridden static method from interface A. So this is how we are supposed to work with default methods versus static methods in Java interface. So both provide implementations for different methods, but static methods are used directly with interface name, whereas default methods can be redefined in the subclass and used with subclass object. Thank you for watching and listening to this session. Do like, comment and share this video, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel Sri Sai IT Hub. Have a nice day.